Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Don't Close the Show. Hopefully, you are having a great day. For those that are watching this live, hey, first and foremost, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. If you are listening to this afterwards, after Turkey Day, I hope you are rocking and rolling, and I want to wish you, and hopefully, you had a great, happy Thanksgiving. I want to title this episode Things That I'm Thankful For. One of the big things that everybody does, and I'm sure many of you are seeing it, the emails come in of Happy Thanksgiving and what it is meant for. It's not really meant to get together and be a food and football fest, although that's what a lot of people do. And who doesn't take part in that for the most part? I'll be enjoying a little bit of football on Thursday as well, hoping that the Cowboys win and hoping that the Longhorns win on Friday to make it to the Big 12 championship game. But what I am really wanting to spend a little bit of time on today was just sharing some of the things that I'm extremely thankful for. We are so busy all the time, and it has been such a chaotic month for the most part, as we have, we have Note C.A.M.P, we have run through our fast track training, we had an event up in New York with people at the Upper New York Summit, and just everything else that we've rock and rolling here. Of course, then we have obviously our virtual workshop here in 2 weeks, and then of course our mastermind, and then of course our affiliate summit. But things that I'm thankful for, I thought I'd start with the basic. I'm thankful for my health. First and foremost, I'm thankful that I can get out of bed every day. I have to give big thanks to my trainer, Thomas Nee, for being a big helpful in that. I get out of bed pain-free. Most days my back is in so much a better place. Health-wise, I'm better. And actually, to the point, too, that it's going to be basically almost a vegetarian Thanksgiving, which would have been unheard of a couple years ago for us. But I'm thankful for my health, first and foremost. Thankful for a roof over our heads. I'm thankful we'll have an office to work in. I'm thankful for my staff, Shannon, Hazel, and other people out there that do an amazing job for me. I am very, very thankful for Stephanie, obviously. That's always an awesome thing. That's always great to have no love. I will tell you that, especially around the holidays. But I am thankful for our friends. I'm thankful for our vendors. I'm thankful for my vendors that are our friends, our very close friends. I'm thankful for my students. I'm thankful that you guys are out taking action. I'm thankful for our mastermind members that do an amazing job. I'm thankful for those of you that listen to our podcast. I'm very thankful for all, almost 200,000 downloads and over 500,000 views. I'm very thankful for that. I am thankful for people that have come into our lives in the last couple of years that are having a lot of impact. I'm thankful for Tom and Tracy Hazard. I'm thankful for Christy and Elijah Whites. I'm always thankful for Aaron and Michelle Young, George Antone, Jason Bible, just to name a few. I'm thankful for Nate Hare, Nathan Long, Quincy Long, the whole Quest crew, Ingrid, Anne Marie, Rebecca, Haley. I know I'm missing somebody, Keaton. I'm just really thankful for everybody that's out there that helps support us and that we enjoy helping to support as well out there. Thankful for Megan Cole over at Laughlin, Brett Busquet, Kevin Day, totally the whole staff over there does an amazing job for everybody, and our audience also helps us as well too. I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for my family. I may not be as close to my family as I have in the past, but I'm still thankful for my family. I am thankful for being able to do what I enjoy doing. That's a big thing. A lot of people are going to jobs and careers that they dislike, and so I'm very thankful to be able to be here each day with each and every one of you who watches this either on a live stream or listens to the radio, or not the radio, but the replays. I got a phone call today, and actually I've gotten a phone call literally almost every day, or an email almost every day in the last 2 weeks from somebody who's listened to a show or listened to a video that's popped up on YouTube and contacted and reached out to me, and they were all surprised that I answered pretty quickly. So I'm thankful for technology, especially after this last weekend with Note C.A.M.P 6. I think back to about the events that took place for us to come up with Note C.A.M.P 6, or Note C.A.M.P to begin with. I came from a huge failure years ago. A huge failure, $25,000 loss, a canceled event, and we look back now to where we've had, anywhere from 300 to 1,000 people signed up for Note C.A.M.P, and over the 10,000 views of the videos across. I'm very thankful for our extended Note family. I'm excited for our WCN crew members who on Facebook make it probably one of the best groups on the internet on Facebook. Very giving, very thankful for everybody there. I'm thankful that I think we went over 900 members this last week, which is awesome. On our way to 1,000. I'm thankful for the weather. Living here in Austin, Texas, I'm thankful I only have a 2-minute commute. But first and foremost, especially in business, I'm thankful for those that take action. The Laura Blancs, the Chris Savenis, the Gail Greenbergs, the Wayne Snells, the Eric Hydes, the Dan Deppens, the Bill Griesmers. I'm very thankful for our students that take action and just do an amazing job, and because that's what our goal has always been, to help people overcome things. I'm thankful. I'm actually thankful for our pets, our past dog, and then our existing 3 cats. I am thankful for them. Yes, Steph will crack up about that. I am thankful for just there's being so many great people out there that I think if you surround yourself with good people, good things happen to you. And I think that's an important thing to keep in mind. It may not always be what you want to have happen to you, but there is often really amazing silver linings to everything that takes place out there that we just don't know. Sometimes we go through trials and tribulations, not knowing what God has in mind for us in the back end. And you'll be surprised at sometimes the things that happen. I was just talking with a colleague here at the office. She's working on her MBA and taking it at night, and she was talking about she just doesn't have a social life or stuff like that. And I was like, hey, a few months ago her boyfriend broke up with her, or she broke up with her boyfriend, stuff like that. And I was like, well, if you were starting your class, you probably wouldn't have had an opportunity. I said, that's probably a silver lining. She's like, it totally is, but not have the time for it. So I challenge you guys, if you are going through trials and tribulations right now, try to find out what that other thing on the other side is going to be. You may not know it now, but I'm a big believer that God doesn't put anything in front of us that we can't handle. He doesn't put anything in front of us without having an idea that's going to make us stronger for something in the long run. We talk about where we are at today and where we want to be at tomorrow or the next year. And a lot of times we've got to get our mindset ready to make that jump, okay? Because we can't make that jump a lot of times without understanding and growing as individuals. Sometimes it's the people that you surround yourself with. Sometimes it's people that, just come into your lives for interesting reasons. You just don't know what, whether it's investors or people you meet or vendors or just people meeting at a conference. Just don't ever be closed off to having things not happen. I'm thankful for my buddy Giz and his new bride, Rosie. We're excited to be spending Thanksgiving with them here in Austin, Texas, as they're flying in today. There is Kimberly, where this is so true. Yeah, it's so true about the things that we go through, trials and tribulations. Because look, I've had ups, I've had downs, and I look back to over the last few years thinking about this last night and today, especially going through like the grocery store last night. It was a freaking chaotic, crazy place last night after the webinar here last night that I did with George Antone. And I just think of how my life has been different over the last few years. A couple years ago for Thanksgiving, I was in Kit-Core, Florida with some new friends, celebrating Christmas there, roasting a turkey. A really good grilled turkey recipe is to stuff it full of sauerkraut. It's phenomenal if you like sauerkraut, okay? Laura Blank says, we couldn't take all this great action with that great game plan, Coach. Thanks, I appreciate that. The thing is, I like to believe is that greatness lies within all of us. It's just a matter of we have to go untap it. We have to uncork it. I'm a big believer that we're all destined for something big. It may be notes. It may be something else. It may be, real estate. It may be something. It may be a charity or something that we have a passion for. I think the biggest thing that most people have to realize is that for us all to find that greatness, we've all got to take steps. And sometimes we got to take a step back before we go forward. Other times we got to take role of where we're at, what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, and then to dive into where we think we're going to go, or where the signs that God puts in front of us, to open those doors, open those windows. I'm a big believer. If a door closes on something, something else is about to open. and it just wasn't the right time for things like that. So I'm very, more importantly, I'm thankful to be able to have impact on people's lives. That's always a good thing when I see people closing deals. And one of the things that we're focused on right now is Note C.A.M.P 6. We just wrapped up. We still got literally 3 to 4 days of marketing out for our speakers and things like that through the weekend. We got some Black Friday sales coming on some things, so stay tuned. But I'm convinced that I'm thankful for marketing. I don't have to work so hard traveling to a place. I don't have to jump on so many planes for work like I used to have to do. I'm enjoyable to sleep in my own bed at night, get up and wear the clothes that I want to. Just extremely thankful for our extended friends and family who are doing great things out there and taking action and really not only helping themselves and their families, but the people around them as well. So that's one of the big things. One of the things I can hope for is when I look at some of the numbers from Note C.A.M.P, and I wanted to share a little bit of this before we dive into it, because by the time we have another episode, it'll be well past Thanksgiving. There's some of the numbers behind Note C.A.M.P. We had an amazing turnout, 480 plus people. We had a tremendous amount of views online, over 10,000 views. I think it's closer to 11,000 views now, that's a record for us. I'm thankful for the amount of people that shared a video. Yeah, we had some people that were able to watch for free. Okay, whoopee freaking doodah. But the value's there. I think the value's there, unlike any other workshop, and I'm glad that we've built that over the last 3 years. Could not do that without our staff. Like I said, could not do that without staff. Could not do that without Shannon, current and past members out there, and our vendors as well, and all the speakers that provide great content. But some of the numbers are always interesting to see. A couple things that I ran it was surprising to see that the average number of deals from those that are actually closing deals, not anybody's brand new, but those closing deals, was in the 40 range. Like 44 assets was the average number of deals closed by those that have actually closed on a deal, or one or more deals, which is pretty cool. Because there are some big heavier hitters, 1,000, 500, 1,000, 100. But there's a lot of great people out there taking action, which is what we love. Now, also, I was really surprised at some of the other numbers. What's really concerned me is that 54% of people have never emailed out to their database, and that is frustrating. Hopefully more people take action. Only 11% send out in a weekly email, 13% send out twice a month, 22% send once a month, but 54% never send out to their email database. So I'm hopeful that will help. By the time we get around to next time we do Note C.A.M.P, it'll be under 50%. 56% of people aren't reaching out via phone or email to banks either. 44% have done something, which is great. Biggest need, 31% was finding deals. So their biggest need is to find deals, but they're not reaching out to their database. They're not marketing to asset managers. 14% is raising capital. 22% was just getting started, which is kind of funny as well. 11% wanted help with systems, 7% marketing, 6% training, 8% wanted help with due diligence. But the same thing, getting started and finding deals is literally 53% of that responded, and that comes from marketing. 72% of people belong to a real estate club, which is good. 28% don't. When we ran the numbers, because when I asked what kind of classes people attended, anybody that mentioned 1, 2, or 3 things, every time they mentioned something, we counted that as one. So they mentioned like Note School or We Close Notes and Donna Bauer, all those counted as individual votes for 3. So when I ran the numbers, I had them all up. 42% of people are learning from other people out there, a hodgepodge of over 30 different names. 35% are learning from We Close Notes. 23% are learning from Note School, based on those that attended Note C.A.M.P. At least 47% have attended at least 2 Note C.A.M.Ps. 42% of those that actually filled out the survey were first timers, and then 11% filled out the survey had attended all 6 Note C.A.M.Ps, which is exciting. When we asked when did they do their first Note deal, 45% of those that answered the survey was this year. Okay, 2017, where they did the first deal, was 17%. 2016, 16%. 2015 was 5%, 2014 was 6%, and 2013 or earlier was only 11%. When we asked people looking at joint venture with someone more experience, it was kind of funny, almost exactly the same as last time. 44% said yes, they're looking at joint venture. Another 44% said maybe, and only 12% said no. How many years have you been investing in real estate? Was an interesting channel. It was the highest was 20%. It was actually tied twice, from either 6 to 13 years as a real estate investor, or 3 to 5. 14 to 18 years was 14%. 19 to 28 years was 10%. We had somebody with 29 plus years. It was 7% of those that filled out the survey, and 18% were that had at least 1 year experience. 66% of people that attended have a self-directed IRA, which is great. and those are some of the numbers from Note C.A.M.P. Okay, the top 5 states was an interesting one. 20% of those that surveyed liked Ohio. Indiana and Michigan came in tied second for 13% each. Texas was 4th at 10%, and Florida was number 5 at 8%. Those are the top 5 states people are looking to invest in. Okay, so always interesting numbers. I'm always grateful for people that fill out the survey, because it gives us a better insight. A lot of times, not to everybody, but when you can have basically a third of your audience fill out a survey, those are pretty phenomenal numbers out there as well. We talked. There's also some other things on there for those that who attended my workshop, or who's listened to who listens to the podcast. What social media channels do they have an LLC? Those kind of things. We added those questions on there, but that's don't really want to spend some time going through that. Kimberly Ware says, I created my LinkedIn page. It's about time, Kimberly. If you're going to be investing, you need to have a LinkedIn page out there. All right. So that's important, very important out there. If you're going to be an investor, you need to have a LinkedIn. Probably need to jump over and have a Bigger Pockets pages too, Kimberly, if you don't have one already. Okay. But like I said before, I just want to take time to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I want to take the time to kind of spend a little time going through some of the deeper numbers. What's funny is when you see numbers like, hey, they're looking for deals or looking for capital, but then they don't market. There's the 2 things that correspond right off the bat. So I'm very thankful for marketing. I'm thankful for sending an email about us out. I'm thankful for having social media platforms that allow us to get the word out to our audience and our tribe across the country. So I do. All right, good stuff. If you got a Bigger Pockets profile, that's good, Kimberly. Good stuff. I'm thankful for some of the new people that were speakers at Note C.A.M.P. this year around. Grant Kemp, Kristen Gertz, Stacy Tennyson. Who else do we have? Let's not forget Eddie Speed was a first-time speaker there. Justin Bogard was a first-time speaker. Let's see here. Let's see. Well, who else do we have? Mel Bobkis. Let's see here. Our panel. Our amazing investor panel. My buddy Sean Douglas, I think, gave a really great keynote, 45-minute keynote speech talking about some great ways to take action. I think it was really valuable out there. Veronica Sonis from Protal USA was a first-time speaker on here as well. So we had some really great people who shared some great nuggets. If you've not listened to not seen the replays, you can catch them. They're at WeCloseNotes.tv. They're going to be available for another couple of days before we turn them private. I'll make them private just after this coming weekend. So if you have not listened to those, take it after you go to WeCloseNotes.tv. You can watch the replays. They're all the most recent videos we uploaded. Okay. Howdy, Joe Tomko. I am thankful, buddy. Thankful for you taking action and providing content and feedback on different things. So thank you very much to you, Joe, and everybody else out there. One of the big things, guys, as we dive into, we have one more week of November, and then we have the final month of December. You have to look at, there's literally about 4 weeks left in the year. So if you have not taken action, not done the things to help you make 2019 a better year for you, you're only hurting yourself. And I can only do so much. I can't hold a gun to your head and force you to take action. That's not the way I do things. You're either going to do it or not going to do it. But success lies ultimately up with your actions and what you do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So once again, What are some of the biggest things? I'd love to throw this up to everybody who's watching. What are some of the biggest things that you're thankful for out there? It doesn't have to be notes. It could be anything you're thankful for this in 2018. Love to hear some of you people sharing what you're thankful for. I'm sure families have a big thing to it. I'm thankful the some people say, "Oh, I'm thankful the Longhorns are back in it again." I'll be thankful for a Cowboys win on Thursday. Thankful that the turkey's not burned. It's been a good year. It can always be better. And we look forward to what the next year holds for everybody. So year's not done yet. 2018 has a lot to go in through. We have our virtual workshop, which is right now, if you go sign up for it, it's automatically a 25% discount with Black Friday. That's right. We're knocking 25% off the $6.99 price for you guys through the end of the weekend. And then, of course, we have our mastermind. And then our last our event of the year is our JV Summit with some of our great partners that we work with and promote on an annual basis. We're looking forward to having them come into Austin for 2 days. Well, Casey, thank you. Appreciate it, man. We're thankful for you and Shannon as well. So I'm thankful for Scott stuff for all you guys do. Hey, we're here to help out any way we can for you, and we look forward to what 2019 holds for you. I know you and Shannon have been making big strides and working to get things done, and just keep at it, brother. Just keep at it, man. You guys will have some big things happen to you. I see it. I know it. Just keep knocking it out one day at a time, my friend. One day at a time is all we can do. All right. So, other than that, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up with this episode. I got plenty of stuff I still got to get done here in the office on a Wednesday before we wrap up for the day. I've got, I got an investor coming in this afternoon. I've got a couple calls with some investors as well. And then, of course, here in a little bit, I got my usual getting my ass handed to me with hell and back workout with my buddy Thomas Nee. So once again, everybody, wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for all of you. If you're listening out there, thank you so much. As always, feel free to hit the subscribe button. You're listening to us on iTunes or Stitcher or any other podcast platforms, and feel free to leave a review. We'd love to have the reviews. Thank you so much for what you do, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you all at the top.